On August 18th, 1996, after distribution of Holy Communion, a consecrated host was found abandoned in the church. Father Pizzette, a parish priest, placed the host in a vessel of water and put it in the tabernacle in order to dissolve according to church directives. When he opened the tabernacle 8 days later, it had not dissolved. Rather, a blood-like substance appeared on the host. So Father Pizzette put the vessel into another tabernacle in the priest's residence, where the blood-like substance continued to increase in size. Finally, the transformed host was put into a test tube filled with distilled water, sealed and placed in a safe location. 3 years later, in 1999, Archbishop Bergoglio of Buenos Aires asked Dr. Ricardo Castanon Gomez to conduct a scientific investigation on the host. After certifying the samples, the blood-like substance was taken to the Forensic Analytical Genetics Laboratory in San Francisco, where the lab found the presence of human DNA. Encouraged by the results, the sample was then delivered to Dr. Robert Lawrence, one of the top experts on tissues, who found human skin and intact white blood cells. That was in 2000. In 2001, Dr. Lanoli, who examined the Lanciano miracle in 1971, said the tissue was possibly muscle from the heart. And then in 2004, Professor Frederick Zugabe, one of the most knowledgeable experts in cardiac and forensic pathology of the heart of Columbia University in New York, was asked to analyze the sample. He was not told that the sample came from a consecrated host. The professor confirmed that the tissue was from the left ventricle of the heart. He also said that the tissue came from a person who could not breathe. He was not getting oxygen, and he labored and suffered greatly because every breath was extremely painful. The official findings of the investigation, dated March 13, 2006, which were submitted to Cardinal Bergoglio, stated in part that the presence of human DNA had been found. The flesh corresponded to tissue from the myocardium, the left ventricle of the heart muscle, that the trauma to the heart was consistent with someone who had received a very strong blow to the chest, and that all of the scientists found intact white blood cells in the analyzed material, which should not have been there. Why? Because white blood cells dissolve very quickly when put into water, usually within minutes. Finally, at the conclusion of Dr. Zugabe's examination, the white blood cells have been alive for more than 5 years, which is another miracle within the miracle. And when he was told that the sample came from a consecrated host, he said in amazement, "I do not believe it." Needless to say, he was greatly moved.